Well, professional athletes have plenty to worry to stay at the top of their game, and that's where Kenneth Andall with the El Paso Locomotive steps in. Here's ABC7's mental health correspondent Avery Martinez. He spoke with him and has a look at what's on his mind.
Many of us think about the physical aspects that are necessary for a sports star. Of course, you need good physicality, agility, but we don't often think about the mental aspect that's so important, the focus, the concentration. And so I thought it would be kind of interesting to speak with someone here in the professional community of El Paso that works with sports stars on a daily basis, helping them with their mental health.
When you ask most college and professional athletes about their sport and you ask them what percentage of it is mental compared to physical, most of them will say it's about 80% mental.
I think there's a lot of people when they're young, they say, yeah, I want to be a professional athlete. I don't know how many people say, I want to help professional athletes with their mental health. So how'd you start out doing this?
I was an athlete myself, right? I ran track at the University of North Carolina, and when I was an athlete, was always hearing my fellow athletes talk about the stresses that they were dealing with, the stresses to compete, the pressure to compete, and how are they dealing with those adversities. So when I got into mental performance coaching, it was because I wanted to help them find the healthy outlets to deal with that pressure and the stressors that come with competing. How do they bounce back from those adversities, such as like a bad loss? One with my position is still a very new position, right? It's I think the field of mental performance coaching started in the 80s, right? So it's still something that's still kind of like wheeling in and like kind of coming in.
I mean, I think everybody knows all the time, doesn't matter what the sport is, you got to have the physicality to do that 50-yard dash, to be able to, I don't know, do a backflip or whatever the case might be. But obviously the other half of that is the mindset. So how do you help them, I guess, work out their mind?
It could be something as small as like, how do you set an effective goal? Right? Because a lot of times what people do is they set these huge dream goals, right? And then they don't map it out to figure out how to get to that goal. And then what happens when you don't hit your goals? You get into that spiral of being upset, you're stressed out, you're frustrated. And then something as simple as like, how do you just map it out? We can also work on like attentional focus, right? How do you deal with your attention? Where are you placing your attention? How are you dealing with distractors, right? Because let's say a pressure situation, you have a distraction happen and it causes you to, let's say, miss a PK or a free throw, right? How does that spiral now into your everyday life, right? And by identifying those distractors ahead of time and coming up with a plan, then that is an easy way to eliminate that whole entire situation. One of the skills that we like to use is like kind of having the like symbolism, right? We call it like the interactionist symbolism of like, what does this jersey mean to you, right? And when you put it on, that is when I'm an athlete. When I take it off, that is when I'm a regular everyday person, right? So then you leave those stressors that come with you away on the field, and then you can kind of take that 24 hours to kind of accept it happened, learn from it, and then build off of it, right? Because what we like to say is that athlete is just one small part of you, right? Wow. You have so many outlets of what makes you, right?
No, I'm always curious. A lot of times in my job, I find people are a little apprehensive to maybe go seek out mental health treatment or try to find mental health support. I don't know, how do folks feel about it in professional sports? Are they ready to come talk to you, or does it take a little coaxing to get them to come in?
So it always takes a little coaxing because I think when it comes to such as like personal kind of conversations, right? You have to have that rapport, right? And for me, is getting out to the field as much as I can, right? Understanding their sport, because if we can talk in the same lingo, then you trust me a little bit more, right? So like that's like and then we can find a like a way to figure that out. Look out at and identifying, like having that self-awareness of what potential triggers do you have, right? What causes stress? What causes distractions, right? And really become resilient in the way you approach the game in a mental way. Because we spend so much time physically, right? But when you get to those upper levels, you start to realize that it is just a mental game. When you get on that court, it's you versus you, right? And you can only control that mental, like 3-foot world we talked about, right? You can only control how you're perceiving the game and moving the game. And then a lot of times the physical part will come along with it.
I'm really thankful for you coming in here and telling us about it. And I think there's a lot of people that'll be real excited to know that a lot of their favorite stars are getting some mental help as well. So thanks so much.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Great.
Love for the game, camaraderie, and then as it started progressing, it started to turn into different things, right? Pressure started to become because it started